Hello students. In the last video we discussed about the introduction of sole trader and the meaning of sole trading business we have discussed. Today in this video we are going to discuss about the definition of sole trader and the features of sole trading business. Firstly, we'll start with the definition of sole trader, which is given by J.L. Hansen. Sole trader is a type of business unit where a person is solely responsible for providing the capital, for bearing the risk of the enterprise, and for the management of business. As we already discussed, sole trading is a form of organization in which only one person will take care of the entire business unit and he alone will contribute the entire capital and he alone will be solely responsible for all the happenings in the business. In the same way, even in the definition of J.L. Hansen, what he mentioned about a sole trader is a type of business unit where a person is solely responsible, where only a single person is solely responsible for providing the capital, and as well as he alone need to bear the risk of the entire enterprises, and as well as he alone need to take care of the entire management of the business. And that is what, so whatever we already discussed in the meaning of sole trader, the same thing is given even in the definition of J.L. Hansen. I just repeat the definition once again. Sole trader is a type of business unit where a person is solely responsible for providing the capital, for bearing the risk of the enterprise, and for the management of business. So he is the only person who just need to contribute the entire capital, and he alone is entirely responsible for whatever may be the thing that is happening in the business. In case in a business, if there is a profit, he is alone just going to enjoy the entire profit. In case if the business is going to suffer with the losses, then he need to entirely bear that loss also, and he alone will entirely responsible for the management of the business. And that is what the definition given by J.L. Hansen. And the next definition they given according to Wheeler, sole proprietorship is a form of business organization which is owned and controlled by a single individual. He receives all the profits and risk all of his property in success or failure of the enterprise. Okay, what about the definition given by Wheeler? As we already discussed, sole proprietorship is that form of organization which is owned and controlled by a single individual, and he alone will receive all the profits and he alone need to bear all the risk. What is the risk that he need to bear? In case if the business is suffering with the losses, then he need to bear all the entire risk, and that is what out of his property in the success or failure of the enterprise. So whatever may be, in case if the business is facing success, even that success also will be enjoyed only by the sole trader. In case if the business is facing the failure position, even that too also need to be faced only by the sole trader, and he alone is going to enjoy all the profit, and as well as only the sole trader need to enjoy all the business properties. So that is what I just repeat the definition once again. Sole proprietorship is a form of business organization which is owned and controlled by the single individual, and he receives all the profits and risk of all his property in the success or failure of the enterprise. Either the business is facing a favorable situation or else the business is facing an unfavorable situation. In both the cases, only the sole trader will be entirely responsible for the activities, and that is what. And next we are moving to characteristics of sole trading business and the characteristics of a sole trader. The characteristics of sole trading business and characteristics of sole trader more or less similar. Okay. So what is the first characteristics of a sole trader? It is given ownership by one man. So simply by looking at the heading itself, you come to know that because as we already discussed, the sole trading business organization is controlled and managed by a single person, right? So how many owners in a sole trading business? There will be only one owner, and that is what they mentioned as a heading, ownership by one man. Let us see what they given. This is owned by a single person. The sole trader contributes the required capital. He is not only the owner of the business but also the manager of the entire affairs. So let us discuss the first point. This is owned by single person. So sole trading business is owned by single person, and sole trader contributes the required capital. One, because there is only one person in a sole trading business and he is only one owner, so only the owner generally contribute the capital. So in a sole trading business, only the sole trader need to contribute the required capital. And the third point, he is not only the owner of the business, but also the manager of the entire affairs. Sole trader is not only the owner of the business. He is not only the owner, he is the person who need to take care of all the works in the business organization. And that is why he is not only the owner, as well as he is the manager of the entire affairs. And that is what regarding ownership by one man, and it is the first characteristics of a sole trader. Hope you understand, students. And next we will go to the next point, freedom of work and quick decision. What is freedom of work? See, in a sole trading business, there is a single person, only the sole trader, and just because he is a single owner, he can take immediate decision without consulting with anybody. So there will be no delay in taking decision. So he easily, without any distraction, he can able to take a decision. And that is what there will be no there will be no any disturbances, and without any disturbances we can take a quick decision. And that is what, since the individual is himself as a owner, he need not consult with anybody, hence he can take quick decision. Told you, no? Yes, he is the single owner, and just because he is a single owner, he need not consult anybody else before he take any important decision, and thereby he can able to take a quick decision. And that is what given in the heading, freedom of work and quick decision. Nobody will not interfere in the work of a sole trader. The sole trader can do the work without any interruption, and he can take quick decision. And that is what the second characteristics of a sole trader. Thirdly, we are going to discuss the third characteristics as unlimited liability. What is unlimited liability? When his business assets are not sufficient to pay off the business debts, he has to pay from his personal property. See, whenever, in case if the sole trader is borrowing any loan, or else he is liable to pay any debts. So how a sole trader need to pay? Only through the business assets he will try to pay all his debts. In case, in a situation when his business assets are not sufficient to pay all his business debts, in such cases, what a creditor can do? A creditor can come and take even the personal property of the sole proprietor. So here the liability of a sole proprietor is not limited. The liability of a sole proprietor is unlimited. Why? Because when the business assets are not sufficient to pay the business debts, then he has to pay from his personal property, and that is what unlimited liability. Next, we are moving to the fourth feature of sole trader. It is enjoying entire profit. Simply by looking at the heading itself, you will come to know that who is enjoying the entire profit of a sole trading business? Only the sole trader is going to enjoy the entire profit, right? He strives tirelessly for the improvement and expansion of his business, and enjoys all the benefits of his hard work. Who is taking care of all the works in a sole trading business? Only the sole trader. So he strives tirelessly without any rest. Keep on, a sole trader is keep on working for the organization. He just keep on work for the expansion of his business. And that is the reason he is the only person who put all his efforts towards the business. So whenever the business is succeed with a profit, whenever the business get huge profit, all such profit will be enjoyed only by the sole trader. And that is what given in the point, enjoying entire profit. He strives tirelessly for the improvement and expansion of his business, and enjoys all the benefits of his hard work. So once he get a benefit of his hard work, then such benefit who can enjoy? Only the sole trader need to enjoy. And that is what given in the fourth point, enjoying entire profit. Okay, next we are moving to the fifth point, absence of government regulation. What is absence of government regulation? See, as we already discussed in the previous video, in order to start a sole trading business, you don't want to get any permission. You just need to get only the license from the municipal authority only for certain business. Even for other business, even you don't want to get any license. So without involving much legal formalities, we can easily start a sole trading business. And that is what given, absence of government regulation. Government will not involve, the government will not interfere in the day-to-day affairs of the sole trading business. If you take into consideration some other business, there will be a government intervention, and such intervention definitely will not be there in case of a sole trading concern. And that is what the another feature. A sole proprietor concern is free from government regulations. No legal formalities are to be observed in its formation, management, or in its closure. So there will be no government intervention. A sole proprietor concern is free from government regulation. So there is no need of getting any permission. There is no need of getting any license from the government, and as well as no legal formalities are to be observed in its formation. Usually, formation, that is when the business is to be started. Generally, we need to get the license from the concerned authority, and such restrictions, such legal formalities are not there in case of sole trading business. And as well as in the day-to-day management also, government intervention will be generally there for other type of business organization. And even at its closure also, whenever you just wanted to start business, whenever you wanted to manage the business, even at the time of closing also, you have to strictly follow the rules and regulations of the government, and such rules and regulations need not be followed in case of a sole trading concern. And that is what absence of government regulation. And okay, and the next feature of sole trading concern is no separate entity. What is no separate entity? See, in a sole trading business, there is a only sole trader, and a sole trader need to take care of the entire business. So, and we cannot able to separate a sole trader from the sole trading business. Without a sole trader, sole trading business cannot exist. It cannot function. So these two persons are similar. The sole trader and the sole trading business are similar. Without sole trader, a sole trading business cannot exist. And that is what is called as no separate entity, because here the owner and the business are same. Without the owner, the business cannot run. Okay, sir, then without owner, is any other business can exist? No business cannot exist without owners. No, definitely not. Even in other type of business like company form of organizations, without owners, company form of organization, it will exist. That we will discuss in the subsequent chapter. Okay, and here in case of sole trading business, it cannot exist without the owners, and that is why it is called as no separate entity. A sole trading concern comes to an end with death, disability, insanity, and insolvency of the individual. What is that? A sole trading concern comes to an end when the sole trading business will automatically come to an end when the sole trader died, when the sole trader become disabled, when the sole trader become insane, and when the sole trader become insolvent. In all such cases, automatically the sole trading business will come to an end. Okay, what is the death, sir? Death I can able to understand. Yeah, you can able to understand that when the sole trader dies, automatically what will happen? The business will come to an end. In case if his legal heirs, either the son or daughter, is not willing to continue the business after the death of a sole trader, what will happen? The business will automatically come to an end, right? And that is what. And what is disability? In case if a sole trader is met with an accident and he gets severely affected and he lost his legs and hands, in such cases he becomes disabled now. And with such severe disability, he may not able to continue the business, right? So when the sole trader becomes disabled, automatically the sole trading business will come to an end. And the next one, what is insanity? What is insanity? Insanity is nothing but the mentally when he becomes unfit to do business. He is mentally sick. He is not mentally feeling well. In such cases, that is a lunatic condition. Okay, when somebody is mentally not in good condition, and that is what is called as insanity. When a sole trader reaches that situation of insanity situation, in such cases, automatically the sole trading business will come to an end. And finally, when the sole trader become insolvent, the business also will come to an end. What is that insolvent, sir? See, insolvent position is nothing but when he is not having not even a single rupee, and when he is in a position of with not having any money, and such position is what is called as insolvent position. Okay, so when a sole trader becomes insolvent, that is not having any money, is not having any cash, is not having any assets. In such cases, he will be treated as that he becomes insolvent. When he doesn't have any money, when he does not have any assets, do you think that it will be possible for a sole trader to do business, to continue business? Definitely not. So that is what, when the sole trader become insolvent, automatically the business will come to an end. So here, just because if anything happens to the life of a sole trader, what is affecting the sole trading business is directly affecting, right? And that is why there is no separate legal entity. As I already told, in case of company form of organization, in case if anything happened to the owners, the business will continue. But in case of sole trading business, it will not so happen. Why? Because here the sole trader and the business are one and the same. If anything happens to the sole trader, even the business also will get severely affected, and that is what no separate entity. And now we are moving to the next point, maintenance of secrecy. Since he or she manage all the affairs of the business, the secrecy can be maintained easily. So actually, this is what the last point of a sole trading concern, the last features of sole trading business, maintenance of secrecy. See, in a sole trading business, there are how many number of members? Only there is one member called a sole trader. So just because he is the only member, he don't want to share the business secrets with anybody. In case if there is more than one member is doing business, a single person cannot maintain any business secrets because he need to share. That is what is the partnership. In case of partnership business, in case if there is more than one person, in case of partnership business, whatever may be the trade secrets, the business secrets, everything they have to share with the partners. And so in a partnership business, secrecy cannot be maintained. But in case of a sole trading business, here there is only one person, and this one person, sole trader alone, is going to take care of the entire affairs of the business. So therefore, secrecy can be maintained easily, and that is what the last feature of sole trading concern. Okay, students, I hope you understand whatever we discussed regarding the definition of sole trader and the features of sole trading concern. With this, I just stop today's class, and we will continue further in the next video. Take care.